What if you could build smarter, faster, and for a fraction of the cost without cutting quality? The Amish do it every day, using clever, time-tested techniques that modern builders often ignore. These 40 simple hacks can save you money, effort, and mistakes you'll never want to make again. No-nonsense blueprints. The Amish approach to blueprints couldn't be more different from today's complicated architectural drawings. Their designs are hand-drawn, minimal, and focus purely on what works. No fancy computer programs or expensive drafting software needed. These simple sketches cut down on guesswork that plagues modern construction projects. When Amish builders plan everything properly before picking up a hammer, they avoid those costly redesigns that can bankrupt a project halfway through. The Amish know that spending time on the drawing board saves weeks of confusion on the building site. Their blueprints show only what's essential, nothing more. This approach eliminates the overcomplication that turns simple buildings into engineering nightmares. Planning happens before building, not during it, which keeps Amish projects on schedule and within budget. Work begins at dawn. Most Amish builders are already swinging hammers by 4:30 a.m. during summer months. This early start maximizes every precious hour of natural daylight, completely eliminating the need for expensive electrical lighting on job sites. Their workday ends before sunset, which means no overtime pay eating into project budgets. This natural rhythm keeps Amish labor costs predictable and workers well rested. Modern construction crews often work under floodlights that can add hundreds to daily operating costs. The Amish have discovered that human energy peaks in the morning hours anyway, making those dawn starts incredibly productive. Amish carpenters never need alarm clocks because their roosters are better at time management than most project managers. Workers stay organized and efficient when they follow the sun's schedule. By the time most people are having their second cup of coffee, an Amish crew has already accomplished what takes others half a day. Barn raising teams. Community crews transform massive construction projects into neighborhood celebrations for the Amish. When 15 to 30 people show up with hammers and enthusiasm, buildings rise faster than anyone thought possible. No waiting around for contractors who might show up next week or next month. These Amish barn-raising events eliminate almost all labor costs since neighbors help each other without charging fees. Projects that would take professional crews weeks get finished in a single day. Everyone knows their role, from the experienced Amish framers to the youngsters carrying supplies. This system creates bonds that last generations while putting up structures that do the same. The Amish have turned construction into a social event that builds both barns and friendships simultaneously. Tool use, not tool buying. The Amish philosophy centers on mastering a few quality tools rather than collecting every gadget on the market. Their workshops contain hand tools that have been sharpened and maintained for decades, sometimes passing through 3 generations of Amish craftsmen. Fewer tools means fewer breakdowns, less maintenance headache, and significantly lower replacement costs. When a modern contractor's power saw breaks down, the project stops until they can buy or rent another one. An Amish tool shed has 3 hammers that work perfectly, while a modern contractor's truck has 30 tools that need constant repairs. Amish builders simply reach for their handsaw and keep working. They've learned that knowing your tools inside and out beats having the latest model. This approach eliminates the constant expense of upgrading equipment and reduces the learning curve that comes with new technology. Hand tools overpower. Hand tools eliminate those shocking electricity bills that can drain construction budgets. The Amish discovered long ago that manual tools rarely break down, never overheat, and work in any weather condition. These tools stay quiet during operation, reducing the noise stress that makes workers tired and cranky by lunchtime. Power tools require training, safety equipment, and constant maintenance that adds hidden costs to every Amish project. Hand tools are inherently safer since they can't accidentally start up or malfunction. Workers develop incredible skill and strength using manual tools, creating Amish craftsmanship that machines simply cannot match. The Amish approach proves that human power, properly applied, often works better than horsepower for most building tasks. Horsepower versus engine power. Horses, wagons, pulleys, and sleds handle heavy material transport for Amish construction crews without burning a drop of diesel fuel. This four-leg transportation system works perfectly on muddy paths, steep hills, and narrow spaces where trucks would get stuck or cause damage. Fuel costs that can eat up 20% of a construction budget simply disappear when Amish crews use horses for hauling. The Amish terrain stays undamaged since horse hooves compact soil differently than heavy truck tires. Amish horses never get speeding tickets because they've mastered the art of efficient transportation without breaking any sound barriers. These animals work reliably in weather conditions that would strand mechanical equipment. Horses never need expensive repairs, just hay and water. This transportation method has been tested for thousands of years and still outperforms modern alternatives in many Amish building situations. The only product we'll ever promote on our channel is a book by Claude Davis, a veteran prepper, about 126 superfoods and preservation methods from crisis times like the Great Depression and wartime that are impossible to find elsewhere. We decided to promote his book because we are the last generation able to share these techniques and superfoods to our children or grandchildren. It would be a shame to see this information about highly nutritious foods and preservation methods to survive crises disappear. You can also find a book about herbal remedies from Nicole Apelian on their store. If you're watching this on TV, you can look up our channel, Frugal Solutions, on your phone or tablet and find the books by clicking the link in our channel description or any other video description. Raised on stone, not soil. Amish foundations use stone or concrete rather than placing wood directly on dirt, a decision that prevents decades of expensive rot and repair work. Proper foundations allow moisture to drain away quickly instead of soaking into wooden structural members. This approach adds incredible long-term durability without requiring modern waterproofing systems that cost thousands. Structures built this way stay solid and square for generations, avoiding the settling and shifting problems that plague buildings on inadequate foundations. The initial investment in good foundation work pays dividends for decades of Amish construction. Amish builders understand that everything above ground depends on what lies beneath it. Stone foundations also provide natural pest barriers that keep destructive insects away from wooden framework that supports Amish homes and barns. Wood seasoning done right. The Amish dry their lumber for months before using it in construction, a practice that prevents warping, splitting, and shrinking that can destroy finished projects. This patience eliminates expensive repairs and refinishing work that often double Amish project costs. Amish mills frequently air dry lumber naturally instead of using expensive kiln drying equipment. Properly seasoned wood stays stable for decades, maintaining tight joints and smooth surfaces. Amish lumber gets more patience than a Sunday sermon because good wood, like good character, takes time to develop properly. Modern builders often use green lumber to save time and money up front, only to spend much more fixing problems later. The Amish approach recognizes that wood is a living material that must be properly prepared before use. Well-dried lumber works better with hand tools and creates joints that stay tight for generations. Simple joinery that lasts. Mortise and tenon joints and other traditional Amish techniques create connections stronger than expensive modern fasteners or adhesives. These time-tested methods hold Amish structures together for decades, even centuries, without loosening or failing. The joinery process requires no waiting for hardware deliveries that can delay Amish projects for weeks. Amish craftsmen can cut these joints with basic hand tools, eliminating dependency on specialized equipment. Traditional joinery actually gets stronger over time as wood fibers settle and compress. These connections can be taken apart and reassembled if Amish buildings need to be moved or modified. The joinery techniques passed down through Amish generations have been proven in countless structures that still stand solid today. Prefab the Amish way. Amish crews pre-cut building frames off-site before the big raising day, turning construction into an efficient assembly process. This preparation eliminates on-site mistakes and wasted time that can stretch Amish projects for weeks. The process resembles assembling a giant puzzle where every piece fits perfectly on the first try. Measurements and cuts happen in controlled workshop conditions rather than on muddy, windy job sites. Amish carpenters love prefabrication because it's like following a recipe instead of throwing ingredients together and hoping for edible results. Prefabrication allows multiple Amish workers to contribute simultaneously instead of waiting for each step to complete. Quality control improves dramatically when cutting happens on proper workbenches with good lighting. This method results in extremely quick builds that amaze modern contractors who visit Amish communities. Shared materials, lower costs. Amish neighbors routinely share lumber, nails, and equipment, transforming individual expenses into community savings. Bulk purchasing power reduces material costs significantly when entire Amish communities buy together. This system eliminates leftover materials that often get wasted at Amish project completion. Shared resources mean expensive tools get used efficiently instead of sitting idle in someone's garage. Group orders provide leverage for better prices from suppliers who appreciate large, reliable Amish customers. The sharing system also ensures that quality materials are available when needed, preventing delays that cost time and money. This cooperative approach turns Amish construction into a community investment rather than individual expense. Designing for repair. Amish structures are built for easy maintenance rather than just good looks, a philosophy that saves thousands in long-term repair costs. No hidden screws, glued panels, or inaccessible components that require specialists to fix. Any Amish family member can handle routine maintenance using basic tools and common sense. This approach eliminates expensive service calls that can cost more than the original Amish construction. Amish design philosophy is simple. Build it so anyone can fix it with a hammer and some common sense, not a computer science degree. Replacement parts are standard materials available at any lumber yard rather than special order components. The design philosophy prioritizes function over form, ensuring that repairs don't require engineering degrees. Amish buildings age gracefully because they were designed to be maintained by the people who use them daily. One-level builds. The Amish preference for single-story buildings eliminates stair construction costs and reduces structural complexity significantly. One-level designs are easier for elderly Amish family members to navigate safely throughout their lives. Roof maintenance becomes much safer and less expensive when Amish workers don't need tall ladders or scaffolding. Load-bearing calculations simplify dramatically without multiple floors transferring weight through complex framing systems. Single-story construction requires fewer specialized skills, allowing more Amish community members to contribute meaningfully. These buildings heat and cool more efficiently since warm air doesn't rise to unused upper levels. Material handling stays simpler when everything remains at ground level throughout the Amish construction process. Thicker walls, lower bills. Amish builders often use double-framed walls that pack in extra insulation, dramatically reducing heating costs for decades. More insulation means lower energy bills that can save thousands of dollars over an Amish building's lifetime. These thick walls keep cold out during harsh winters and prevent heat buildup during summer months. The additional upfront cost of extra framing pays for itself within a few years through reduced energy consumption. Amish houses stay comfortable because their walls are thicker than a phone book and actually serve a useful purpose. Double wall construction also provides space for utilities without compromising insulation values. Thick walls create quieter interiors by blocking outside noise more effectively than thin modern construction. The Amish understand that paying more initially for insulation beats paying monthly heating bills forever. Metal roofing is king. Metal roofing lasts 40 to 70 years with minimal maintenance, rarely requiring replacement during an Amish building's useful life. Installation happens quickly compared to traditional shingles that require careful layering and sealing. Metal roofs reflect sunlight effectively, reducing indoor temperatures and cooling costs during hot weather. Fire resistance provides safety advantages that wood shingles simply cannot match for Amish families. Weather resistance means fewer leaks, less water damage, and lower maintenance costs over decades. Metal roofing handles extreme weather conditions that destroy other roofing materials. The longevity of metal roofing makes it cost-effective, despite higher initial investment compared to cheaper alternatives that Amish builders could choose. Reclaimed materials. Old barns, houses, and fences provide building materials that cost almost nothing while adding character and stability to new Amish construction. Previously used wood has already cured completely, making it more stable than fresh lumber. Salvaged materials carry history and charm that new materials cannot replicate at any price. Reclaimed wood often comes from old-growth trees that produced stronger, denser lumber than modern forestry provides. Amish builders love old wood because it's already survived more seasons than most marriages and still looks great. The Amish have turned demolition into opportunity, seeing building materials where others see waste. Salvage operations require labor but eliminate material costs that can comprise half of construction budgets. This recycling approach aligns perfectly with Amish values of waste reduction and resource conservation. Sheds. First, houses later. Small structures built early in Amish projects provide secure storage for tools and materials while offering rest areas for workers. These preliminary buildings help manage larger construction projects by creating organized staging areas. Tool sheds prevent expensive equipment loss from theft or weather damage during extended Amish projects. Storage buildings reduce waste from materials left exposed to rain, snow, or vandalism. Simple structures sometimes serve as temporary housing during major Amish construction phases. These practice buildings allow crews to work out construction techniques before tackling main structures. Small buildings also provide workspace for detail work that requires shelter from weather conditions that can halt Amish construction progress. Building in phases. Starting with essential structures and adding rooms later reduces upfront costs and allows Amish families to pay cash instead of taking loans. This approach provides flexibility to adjust plans as Amish family needs grow or change over time. Phase construction spreads costs over several years, making large projects affordable for families with limited income. Essential functions get housed first, while luxury additions wait for available funding. The Amish approach to home loans is simple. The only thing that should be mortgaged is the wood, not the family's future. The Amish avoid debt by building slowly and paying for each phase before starting the next one. Each completed phase provides value immediately rather than waiting for entire project completion. Building phases can be timed around farming seasons and other Amish family commitments for maximum convenience. Rainwater planning. Proper roof slopes and gutter systems direct water far from Amish building foundations, preventing expensive rot, mold, and structural damage. Strategic water management reduces foundation cracking caused by soil saturation and freeze-thaw cycles. Collected rainwater serves garden irrigation needs, reducing water bills and providing chemical-free plant watering for Amish families. Smart drainage layout prevents flooding problems that can destroy stored materials and equipment. The Amish design buildings to work with natural water flow rather than fighting against it. Overhanging roofs and proper grading eliminate moisture problems before they start. Good water management protects both the Amish building and its contents from expensive water damage throughout the structure's lifetime. Use of vertical space. Ceiling storage, attic lofts, wall hooks, and exposed beams maximize storage capacity without increasing Amish building footprint or costs. Vertical organization keeps floors open and workspace uncluttered for better efficiency and safety. Smart use of height eliminates the need for expensive building additions when Amish storage needs increase. Overhead storage protects seasonal items and rarely used equipment from damage while keeping them accessible. Amish builders think vertically because they learned that the sky's the limit, but the property taxes aren't. The Amish have mastered three-dimensional thinking that modern builders often overlook in favor of sprawling single-level layouts. Wall-mounted storage systems cost very little but provide tremendous organizational value for busy Amish workshops and living spaces. Proper vertical design reduces the building size needed for the same functionality, saving materials and construction time. Built with purpose. Every barn, shed, or coop serves a daily need in Amish communities. The Amish don't build structures just because they have extra lumber lying around. Practicality beats appearance every single time when Amish families decide what to construct next. No wasted space means no wasted money flowing out of carefully managed budgets. Each building addresses specific functions like storing feed, housing livestock, or protecting equipment from weather damage. Modern builders often create rooms that look impressive but serve no real purpose in daily life. The Amish approach ensures that every square foot earns its keep through useful function. This practical mindset eliminates expensive construction projects that add beauty but subtract value from family finances and farm operations. Wider roof overhangs. Roof overhangs prevent walls from water damage while creating natural shade that keeps Amish homes cooler during summer months. The Amish discovered that extending roofs just a few extra feet eliminates years of expensive maintenance on siding and windows. Less water hitting exterior walls means longer-lasting paint jobs and fewer rotting boards to replace. These overhangs add charm and character without requiring extra building materials beyond basic roof extension. Amish roofs hang over like protective grandparents because they know that prevention beats expensive repairs every time. Proper overhangs create outdoor workspaces that stay dry during light rain, extending productive hours during unpredictable weather. The shade provided by extended roof lines reduces indoor temperatures naturally, cutting cooling costs throughout hot seasons. Smart roof design demonstrates how small changes create big savings over decades of use. Gravel saves foundations. Gravel paths and pads under Amish buildings provide excellent drainage that prevents costly water damage to foundations and structural supports. The Amish use gravel because it costs much less than concrete in most situations while providing superior long-term performance. Proper drainage keeps soil from eroding around building foundations, maintaining structural stability for generations. Well-placed gravel eliminates moisture problems that cause wooden posts and beams to rot from ground contact. Water flows through gravel naturally instead of pooling around foundations like it does with solid surfaces. Gravel installations require basic hand tools and community labor rather than expensive concrete trucks and professional crews. This drainage solution works year-round, preventing both summer flooding and winter freeze-thaw damage that destroys other foundation systems. Natural airflow. Strategic placement of vents, windows, and roof gaps creates better air circulation throughout Amish buildings without expensive mechanical systems. The Amish understand that fresh air movement prevents mold and mildew problems that can destroy stored crops and equipment. Natural ventilation reduces heating and cooling needs by maintaining comfortable temperatures through air movement rather than energy consumption. Proper airflow keeps interiors fresher longer, protecting both people and stored materials from humidity damage. Amish buildings breathe naturally, while modern structures need expensive machines just to get fresh air moving around. Cross-ventilation eliminates stagnant air pockets where moisture and odors accumulate over time. Smart window placement captures prevailing breezes that provide cooling without electricity costs. Natural air circulation systems require no maintenance, repairs, or energy consumption throughout their operational lifetime. Sloped floors in barns. Strategic floor slopes in Amish barns help with drainage and make cleanup much easier for daily farm operations. Manure and rainwater slide away naturally instead of pooling in corners where they create unsanitary conditions. This smart design reduces labor time spent on cleaning while preventing rot that destroys expensive flooring materials. Proper drainage keeps livestock areas hygienic, reducing disease problems that can devastate animal health and farm profits. Slope floors eliminate standing water that attracts insects and creates unpleasant odors around farm buildings. The Amish install these slopes during initial construction rather than fighting drainage problems for decades afterward. Clean, dry barn floors last longer and provide safer footing for both animals and workers. This simple design feature prevents thousands of dollars in floor replacement and veterinary costs over time. Stone paths beat concrete. Stone walkways shift and settle without cracking like concrete does when ground freezes and thaws repeatedly. The Amish prefer stone because it's easier to lay by hand using basic tools and community labor. Stone paths know how to roll with the punches, while concrete just cracks under pressure like a bad joke. No expensive mixers, trucks, or specialized equipment needed for stone installation projects. Individual stones can be replaced easily if damage occurs, unlike concrete that requires complete section replacement. Stone paths blend naturally with Amish landscapes and lifestyle preferences for traditional materials. Weather changes don't affect stone walkways the same way they destroy concrete surfaces over time. Natural stone provides better traction during wet conditions, reducing slip hazards for family members and visitors. Reused nails and hinges. Hardware gets reclaimed and reused throughout multiple Amish construction projects, keeping costs minimal and waste near zero. Amish builders soak old nails and hinges in oil to prevent rust and extend their useful lifetime significantly. Quality screws and hinges often pass down through generations, becoming family heirlooms with practical value. This approach eliminates trips to hardware stores and reduces dependency on manufactured goods that cost money and time. Reclaimed hardware often proves stronger and more durable than modern mass-produced alternatives that break easily. The Amish have learned that good hardware gets better with age when properly maintained and cared for. Old hinges develop smooth operation that new ones lack, improving door and gate function over time. Build with the sun. Door and window placement maximizes natural daylight and warmth while minimizing heating and lighting costs throughout each season. The Amish orient buildings to capture optimal sun exposure during winter months when heating demands peak. Strategic positioning reduces energy needs by working with natural light patterns rather than fighting against them. The Amish have been using solar power since before it was trendy, just without the expensive panels and monthly payments. Thoughtful building orientation eliminates dark corners that require artificial lighting during daytime hours. South-facing windows capture winter sun, while north-facing openings provide summer cooling without heat gain. Smart positioning considers prevailing winds, seasonal sun angles, and daily light patterns for maximum efficiency. This planning approach costs nothing extra, but provides decades of energy savings through intelligent design. Manual cement mixing. Concrete gets mixed with shovels and wooden troughs rather than expensive mechanical mixers that require fuel and maintenance. The Amish method eliminates equipment costs while providing better control over mixture consistency and quality. No electricity or gas engines needed for this time-tested approach that produces excellent results. Hand mixing allows workers to adjust water and cement ratios precisely for specific applications and weather conditions. Multiple workers can contribute simultaneously, speeding up the mixing process through community cooperation. Manual mixing produces only the amount needed, reducing waste from overmixing or leftover concrete. This approach works reliably in remote locations where power equipment cannot reach or operate effectively. Wooden pegs over nails. Peg joints flex with seasonal wood movement without loosening like metal fasteners do over time. The Amish craft these pegs from leftover wood scraps, turning waste into valuable construction components. Wooden pegs are the only fasteners that improve with age instead of rusting away like forgotten promises. No rust or corrosion problems that plague metal hardware in humid or wet conditions. Pegs can be removed and replaced easily when repairs become necessary without damaging surrounding wood. Handmade pegs cost nothing but labor time, eliminating hardware expenses from construction budgets. Traditional peg construction has proven its durability in buildings that have stood for centuries. These natural fasteners actually strengthen over time as wood fibers compress and lock together more tightly. Crib walls for storage. Crib-style wall construction holds firewood, animal feed, and tools while providing natural air circulation that prevents mold and rot. The Amish build these storage walls using leftover lumber from other construction projects, maximizing material efficiency. Natural airflow through crib walls eliminates moisture problems that destroy stored materials in enclosed spaces. These walls double as insulation when filled with materials, improving building energy efficiency without additional cost. Crib construction requires basic carpentry skills that most Amish community members possess, eliminating specialty contractor costs. Storage capacity adjusts easily by adding or removing horizontal members as needs change over time. This flexible system adapts to different storage requirements throughout changing seasons and varying farm operations. Hinged windows for cooling. Pivot-style windows direct outside breezes into Amish buildings, eliminating the need for expensive fans or air conditioning systems. These windows are easy to build using basic carpentry techniques and standard materials available at any lumber yard. Amish windows use natural breezes while modern buildings fight nature with expensive electric bills. Simple maintenance keeps these windows operating smoothly for decades without replacement costs or repair expenses. Hinged windows provide better ventilation control than sliding types that often stick or break over time. Smart design captures prevailing winds and directs cooling air exactly where needed most. Manual operation means no electrical connections, motors, or control systems that require maintenance and eventually fail. These windows work reliably in any weather condition without power outages affecting their operation. No paint exteriors. Natural wood exteriors are often left untreated or stained once to last for years without expensive repainting cycles. The Amish embrace weathered wood as a badge of pride rather than a maintenance problem requiring constant attention. No costly paint purchases, brushes, ladders, or labor time spent on annual touch-up projects. Weathered wood develops character and beauty that painted surfaces cannot match at any price point. Natural aging eliminates paint peeling, chipping, and fading problems that plague modern building exteriors. Wood stains penetrate deeply and last much longer than surface paints that require frequent renewal. This approach aligns with Amish values of simplicity and acceptance of natural aging processes. Simple sliding doors. Sliding door systems eliminate hinges that rust and break while saving space compared to swinging doors in barns and sheds. The Amish designed these doors for easy construction using basic materials and straightforward carpentry techniques. Amish barns have sliding doors because they learned that life's too short to fight with hinges that freeze in winter. No complex hardware or expensive track systems needed for reliable operation throughout changing weather conditions. Sliding doors handle wind better than hinged versions that can slam shut or blow open unexpectedly. Large openings accommodate equipment and livestock movement without the space restrictions that swinging doors create. Simple maintenance keeps these doors operating smoothly for generations without replacement costs. Heavy sliding doors stay put when positioned, eliminating problems with doors that won't stay open or closed. Minimal permits needed. Amish communities often build on private land without lengthy approval processes that delay modern construction projects for months. The Amish know local building codes thoroughly, ensuring compliance without expensive consultants or lengthy review periods. No permit fees, inspection costs, or bureaucratic delays that add thousands to project expenses. Private land construction eliminates zoning restrictions that limit building types and locations in developed areas. Community knowledge of regulations prevents costly mistakes that trigger enforcement actions or required modifications. Self-reliance reduces dependency on government approval processes that can change unexpectedly during long-term projects. This approach saves both time and money while maintaining safety and quality standards through traditional building practices. Build in cooler months. Construction during spring and fall prevents wood warping that occurs when lumber dries too quickly in summer heat. The Amish schedule major building projects when workers stay comfortable and focused throughout long construction days. Amish builders know that patience with the seasons beats fighting against Mother Nature's schedule. Fewer insects and pests interfere with work progress during cooler months when bugs are less active. Wood dries more slowly and evenly, reducing splitting and checking that weaken structural connections. Comfortable working conditions increase productivity and reduce accidents that delay projects and increase costs. Spring and fall provide ideal weather windows for outdoor construction activities in most climate zones. Seasonal planning allows Amish communities to coordinate barn-raising events when everyone is available to help. Family apprenticeships. Children learn construction skills from family members, eliminating expensive training costs and ensuring knowledge stays within Amish communities. No outside labor needed when multiple generations contribute skills and enthusiasm to building projects. Family involvement creates strong bonds while passing down valuable technical knowledge through hands-on experience. Young Amish workers develop skills gradually under careful supervision, preventing costly mistakes that inexperienced crews often make. Training happens naturally during actual construction rather than expensive classroom settings that don't provide real-world experience. Multi-generational teams combine youthful energy with experienced wisdom for optimal project outcomes. This system ensures that traditional building knowledge continues flowing to future generations without interruption. Functional over fancy. Granite countertops and designer tiles have no place in Amish construction philosophy that prioritizes usefulness over appearance. The Amish focus on comfort and practicality rather than impressing visitors with expensive finishes that add cost without improving function. Amish kitchens prefer surfaces that work hard all day instead of just looking pretty for company. Easy cleaning and maintenance matter more than following current design trends that change every few years. Simple materials reduce initial costs while eliminating expensive replacement cycles when styles go out of fashion. Functional design creates comfortable living spaces that serve families well for generations without requiring updates. Less expensive finishes mean more money available for structural quality that actually improves building performance and longevity. Buy once, build forever. The Amish avoid cheap materials and shortcuts that require expensive repairs or replacements within a few years of construction. Quality materials cost more initially, but eliminate repeated expenses that cheap alternatives generate throughout building lifetimes. Long-term thinking guides every purchase decision, focusing on total cost of ownership rather than lowest upfront price. Amish builders understand that spending wisely once prevents decades of maintenance headaches and unexpected repair bills. Every construction choice represents an investment in future comfort, safety, and financial stability for Amish families. Quality materials and techniques often cost less over time than cheap alternatives that fail repeatedly. This philosophy creates buildings that serve multiple generations without requiring major renovations or structural modifications. They build with patience. Rushing construction leads to expensive mistakes that take longer to fix than doing the job correctly the first time. The Amish take genuine pride in their construction process, viewing building as a form of craftsmanship rather than just completing tasks. Amish craftsmen know that good work takes time, unlike fast food and bad relationships. No pressure to finish quickly means attention to detail that creates superior quality in every aspect of construction. Patience allows workers to make careful measurements, precise cuts, and strong connections that last for generations. Careful work eliminates costly callbacks and warranty repairs that plague rushed construction projects. The Amish understand that building is about creating something lasting rather than just finishing another project quickly. This careful approach explains why Amish structures consistently outlast modern buildings constructed with speed as the primary goal. While modern construction often chases speed with high costs, the Amish show that true efficiency comes from smart planning and timeless methods. These hacks aren't just shortcuts. They're solutions built to last. Try a few and you'll see how much time and money you've been wasting.